He's wisely going hard into wood. You can see the berries over here. Why is he not gathering food? I just walked them past the Ottoman base. Maybe we should attack. Hey everyone. Good to have you back. We've got more Age of Empires, and it's a 2v2 on Altai. My ally is playing as the English. Sorry, I don't know the kanji here. And I'm playing as the Chinese. We are up against Mayoral, playing as the Holy Roman Empire, and Muri, who's playing as the French. This matchup can be tough. Those French Royal Knights are not going to care about the longbowmen my English ally is making. It will really be on me to get a barracks down, get spearmen out, maybe use a Imperial official to turbo out the spearmen. Basically just super speed production of them. And we're getting really fortunate with our sheep pickups here. I think my ally and I found a lot of these central sheep here, so that felt pretty good. I'm going to put down my Imperial Academy. Plan here is we'll probably go one town center, Song Dynasty. That was my initial plan. Unless I see some like greedy macro play from our opponents, I really just don't want to get left behind by the Holy Roman Empire opponent. He can easily make it to the next age. Castle Age can come so quickly for him. Worried that we'll just be dealing with knights and we won't really have a counter for it. However, we are noticing stone being gathered by the Holy Roman Empire opponent. And that's telling me, okay, they're going for a slightly slower play here. So the French player is going to be aggressive. Holy Roman Empire player is going to play greedy. And unfortunately, the scout that I had chasing after this first French Royal Knight gets killed. At least we know the French Royal Knight's on the way. We can produce these spearmen. It's unfortunate that I lost the sheep. However, my ally was pinging me, saying like, hey, the sheep, the sheep. And then I understood what he meant. I can actually donate these sheep to my ally. And so that's what I do. I select them and I queue them onto his scout. And now he gets 4 more sheep. At least it's not going to our opponents. Here comes that first French Royal Knight. We're just going to scare him off with our spearmen and these gunpowder, these hand cannon emplacements on the town center. We're even going to put an outpost down here. I think it does a good coverage of the wood line and this gold vein. I figure it's a good option. We're also going to put a village over here because we're thinking we'll put our Barbican of the Sun down over here. English ally, very slow play. Looks like he went for the deer that are over here. I don't see any spearmen out. I think the French Royal Knights could really do some damage here. But I think the French opponent's looking at me because all these French knights keep heading my way. We're focused on getting these spearmen out, although I would probably put my Imperial official on this lumber camp. I mean, we really don't need to be speeding out these spearmen just yet. We're also going to get a stable because French, they often like to get archers. Look at that. My English ally's just going to rely on his defensive structures. And look at this, all these sheep that he finally gathered up from me and the center of the map. I mean, he can pretty much gather food and gold here in these 2 locations. Food here, gold here, and not have to worry. Me, I'm kind of having this awkward moment where I'm trying to put down the Barbican. I cancel these buildings so I get the resources back. But I'm having this awkward moment where his French knights are trying to prevent me from getting the Barbican of the Sun down. I can send my spearmen in. I really need to get this barracks producing spearmen because these French Royal Knights are doing so much damage. Oof, we just cannot get enough damage to kill these knights, and now he's coming after my villagers. I'm quick on the draw there, lose one villager, but the rest can hide in this village or just retreat back. And every time he comes forward, he is taking a few of those hand cannon shots. And I'm thinking, let's supervise the barracks, push these spearmen out, and we'll bait him with the villagers. He can either attack my spearmen or the villagers. He has to make the decision, and by the time one spearman dies, the next one's coming out. You can see, oh, he almost got them, but the village ends up being, again, in a great location. And look at that, the hand cannon shots from the town center really doing good work. There's a good skewer by the spearman. We get one of his knights. We almost get another there. And now they're 2 injured. He has to run. And we only lost 1 villager. It really wasn't that bad. And my English ally just turbos up to the castle age. I mean, the French opponent was just harassing me, so my English ally, he just speeds up to the next age with the King's Palace, so now he's at 2 town centers. I'm sure the Holy Roman Empire opponent is at 2 town centers because of the gathering of all that stone. And yep, there's the archers that we suspected would be made by the French. He's going to use them to just pick off my spearmen one by one, so we'll retreat, and we'll get out a horseman, and we'll use the horseman to pick off archers. His French opponent really wants to do something with his royal knights. He doesn't want to make them for nothing, but he's going to have a much harder time attacking me. My big vulnerability is food. I'm gathering it from this deer camp here. We really need to find another place to gather food. I don't really want to transition to farms just yet, so maybe we're eyeballing this boar, this hunt, these berries, some kind of food deposit that we can take advantage of. And yep, horseman is attacking archers, but here come his knights to kill my horsemen. But yep, there we go. That's 1 archer down. And looks like we might, yeah, good damage to that archer there. Barbican's doing good work. And looks like he accidentally triggered the boar, or he's gonna go for it. Interesting. Yeah, he could take it out. But he's gonna lose archers from this. Oh, I didn't even notice this. Just commit. Just kill the boar. There we go. Oh, okay. He keeps hesitating. There we go. Yeah, French Royal Knights, they can do good damage there. Okay. So now this is a pretty valuable spot. 2 stone, bit of wood, and now a dead boar. So what's my ally doing? He's gone up to the castle age very quickly, and now he's just producing crossbowmen. And I love this idea. He's going to use these early man-at-arms to soak up damage from the knights while the crossbowmen deal the real damage, because they've got that 20% attack speed on the back end. The only thing that this English player doesn't want to fight are these archers. And ooh, he might lose some villagers here, but I'm actually bringing my units over. I know that these archers are vulnerable, and these spearmen can scare away his knights. Yeah, this is a great combination of our forces here. We still haven't really seen any Holy Roman Empire units yet. Look at this. Yeah, we'll pick up these archers as they're retreating. Looking good. Really like that. So my ally has basically gotten away with a fast castle. I've gotten away with a second town center. I saw that the Holy Roman Empire player was going for a second town center, so I figured let's do the 2 town center Song Dynasty. Hilariously, the town center is almost up as I'm going up to the castle age. So I think the real loser here is Muri, the French player. Really not seeing big gains from his early pressure of French Royal Knights and archers. Best he got was a villager or 2 and then trading units. He hasn't really gotten a late game position. He's essentially in the feudal age and trying to scramble up. If we take a look at income, Muri's probably, the furthest behind. Looks like he's going aggressively into stone. Could be walling, could be making a keep, although he'll need to age up for that. But yeah, seriously, lots of food issues over here. And the Holy Roman Empire opponent, Mayoral, maybe too much gold right now. English ally, I think, has the proper distribution. That's looking really good. He's doing much better than me, but I'll shortly catch up and probably eclipse him. So really, it's the French opponent who needs time to recover. It'll kind of be on us to make sure that that's not happening. We need to put a stop to any kind of... we need to start putting on some light pressure, taking control of the map, because we can't just let them sit back and catch up. So, looks like my ally is sending in these man-at-arms to burn down outposts. And I'm going to send scouts in, because I've noticed that we've been pretty blind about what's going on. So let's try and figure out what our opponents are up to. Mostly just seeing, prelates coming out to grab relics. No surprise there. And we're seeing some horsemen, and the French Royal Knights and Archers. But I'm on the backside. I'm trying to figure out what's going on back here. There's that second town center. We're seeing... gold mining, stone mining, looking good. Wonder if this French player thought he was the Malians. He's just surrounded his gold vein here. And now we're seeing some, and there's a second town center for the French player. He's definitely trying to catch up. These man-at-arms are doing really good work. These are Holy Roman archers, okay. Probably should see the emergency repairs. Oh, it has to be in influence. That's right. I'm pressing forward with units. We actually found a villager trying to put up stone walls down here. We killed him, and we're moving on. We're going to see if we can't find villagers on the backside. Over here, we're seeing prelates scoop up relics. Looks like he'll probably put them in these outposts or take them home. Not sure. And I'm glad to see my English ally using these heavily armored man-at-arms to take out these outposts. I would have a much harder time taking them down. His man-at-arms have 8 ranged armor. I mean, they're just not getting taken out. It looks like I found a market on the back end. We're going to burn that down with our scout. I sent some units into the backside of the French player's base, but we just kind of run right into his units. Unfortunate. We'll park the rest of our units on this relic. Over here, we do snipe the prelate. He forgot to deposit the relic somewhere. But now this outpost is going to be an issue. It has a spring Alden emplacement, but at least we can snipe a villager there. Good to see my English ally putting outposts up. We need those to extend his network of castles upgrade. And he's walling off the south side. That's securing this relic, gold, and food down here. I like seeing that. Me, I'm walling up the front of my base. I just don't want those French Royal Knights to come into my farmlands over here. And it looks like we've solved our food issue by moving into these berries and these deer. And with all these outposts, we can at least know when we're going to have units in our base. We have decent vision of the map. I like that. Would like to see more scouts. I mean, my one scout's busy here burning down a market, but I like how we're clearing out the map. Our opponents really wanted these gold deposits. Stone deposits. We're really seeing them getting snatched up off the map. Going to send a monk in, but I don't think he's going to do too well. This outpost with its spring Alden emplacement is going to do well. Yeah, these... We're just kind of squabbling over the relics, and I don't think they're really going either way. Taking a page from my ally, I'm going to put down outposts myself. And I found myself with quite a bit of gold, so we're actually knocking out a lot of blacksmith upgrades. We've gotten a decent amount of economic upgrades. I think we've gotten all the level 1 upgrades. Yeah, we've gotten wheelbarrow. We're looking good. And we're finally starting to play the siege game. Figure it'll be a good idea considering all these outposts that are out on the map. Ouch. Let's stop sending monks to do that. Nice, a battering ram from my English ally. I was not expecting that. That'll be good versus these outposts and versus whatever structures they're going to send our way. Looking at income, English ally is doing incredibly well. He just went straight for that Castle Age, and he's benefiting from it. And he might just go right on to the Imperial Age. He's getting so much food, a lot of it from these 2 farmlands, from these berries, and we'll probably see him grab up more off the map. Oh, and looks like, yeah, he's actually doing pretty well on the religious game as well. I'm going to try and wall off my side of the map here. Nice battering ram moving in on this outpost. And my English ally knows, can't let up on the pressure. We got to make sure this French ally is not getting any room to breathe. He's running into Arbaletrier. Oh, but the French player's not controlling his units very well. He's losing them. Oh, keep over here. I think my English ally should retreat. Yep, and it looks like he's going to make the right call. Yeah, he can kind of kite with the crossbowman, shoot and scoot. There we go. Upgrades, looking really good for my English ally. He's been really knocking out the blacksmith upgrades. I'm still trying to catch up. And I think this is an okay fight, although he really needs that outpost to finish, because then he can get that network of castles upgrade. But these are such armored man-at-arms. They're really only going to lose to these crossbowmen and maybe the... and man, that's a lot of crossbowmen. I realized that my nest of bees would do really well here, landing really good shots. That's awesome. Yeah, they have to back away, and now it's just crossbowmen versus French Royal Knights. We'll get in there and help out. Yeah, this nest of bees has already paid for itself. It dealt so much damage there. That's great. Finding more attempts to wall off this side of the map. We're going to put a stop to it. And now we're assisting our ally and putting pressure on over here. Though this keep is going to be really annoying. If there's a relic in here, it'd be even harder to break through. But we do have good vision. We're still extending those outposts, and my ally makes it to the Imperial Age. Let's hope that he prioritizes enclosures and knocks that out, because that's going to be a lot of passive gold heading his way. Income-wise, I'm now finally getting ahead. I've got tons of food, wood, decent amount of gold, and even a trickle of stone. We can build whatever we want. And managed to save my nest of bees. This outpost has been really annoying. We're going to repair the nest of bees while also trying to knock this down. Looking good. And the front wall off is nearly complete. Nice, even securing this relic. Although I think he's about to walk all the way over to this sacred site, so that'll be quite the journey. Yep, finding more villagers. Hopefully we can finish this wall off. There we go, finally. So they've lost a lot of vision. These two keeps, they're providing good vision. So really they have good vision over here on this side of the map, not so much over here. Once this mining camp gets knocked out, we could probably safely gather from these gold veins and this stone vein. And we're trying to harass the French player. We're in his wood line. He still hasn't quite finished off this this wood up here. So yeah, we're getting a few villager kills, looking good. And now we see the counterweight trebuchet. Let's knock that out while we're here. But then his villagers start repairing it. So we're back to killing villagers. English ally's fine with this. He understands that if he can just secure the center of the map, he can start sieging everything. And I'm right there with him. I'll just bring my siege units over to his keep. He can start producing siege units from this keep. And yeah, we've put a foothold down on the center of the map, putting us at 2 sacred sites now. Nice. Oh, there's that relic. Unfortunately, my units are killed over here. I'm going to retreat my villagers away, but I think I'm going to lose these 2 monks. And I'm more nervous about these French Royal Knights sweeping around into my base, so we're going to do a really quick wall off here. This is something the Chinese can do very easily since we build walls so quickly. And fortunately, we had a good bank of stone, so we can just throw this up, not worry about these French knights attacking us. These Holy Roman Empire keeps, they're annoying, but all they're going to do is prevent us from attacking the Holy Roman Empire opponent. It's not stopping us from harassing the French player. Look at all these villagers getting killed. Upgrades, looks like he's sitting on 1-1. My ally, the English, hopefully, oh yeah, he's got the enclosures, very nice. Windguard Palace is pumping out units. And wow, look at this. He's really got his economy going. We're also into the Imperial Age. We got the Spirit Way, looking good. And we're really just starting to put pressure on our French opponent. Yeah, look at this. We've got units at the back of his base, hunting for villagers. Up here, we're going to start to, siege down all these buildings. The Holy Roman Empire opponent is going for the Imperial Age with the Elsbach Palace. This is going to be a nasty wall of keeps that we won't really be able to break through without some serious siege units. But yeah, I don't really think they're going to be coming forward anytime soon. And we can just continue to bombard them from a distance. Yep, being annoying with these palace guards and these units in the back of their base. Oh, darn. Looks like my units just got caught up on these blacksmiths. That's okay. And yeah, we're continuing to get upgrades. Love seeing that. You can see our French opponent's income is just kind of frozen because all of his villagers are sitting in his town center. He cannot make use of these farms that he has put down. He really wants to get back to work here, but he cannot. Losing my units on the back end, that's fine. We're gathering up from these large gold veins. I think that's important because my English ally can get it from this vein and from his farmlands with the enclosures, but I really want to deny our opponents this gold. I'd love to deny this gold as well. Cool, seeing hand cannoneers from my English ally. And he's doing really well here. We've got this sacred site. Unfortunately, opponents do have this one, but I don't see any trading going on, so we're denying any sort of economic advantage they might have. Now we just have to worry about losing an engagement. I'm going to try and avoid this Elsbach Palace. We'll send our units through the long way. Maybe we can find some villagers back here, although we're really just finding a bunch of barracks. And yeah, the HRE opponent is still holding strong. We haven't really dealt much damage to him at all, but he's not really supporting his ally. I haven't really seen his army of units here move over and begin to assist his French ally. Instead, I just see them kind of squabbling over here, dying to this keep. I don't really see his units assisting his French ally, and he needs to. His French ally is really in desperate times, needs the support. Yeah, School of Cavalry's gone. And we're using trebuchets to work on these Holy Roman Empire keeps, but I doubt we're going to break through anytime soon. Yeah, look at this. He's sending units to kill my scout, but he's just not really helping his ally out. What do we need right now? Probably knights or horsemen. We could also maybe get down... I mean, we're in the Song Dynasty, but I'd love to get to the next age. If we could get to the Yuan Dynasty and get those Fire Lancers, I think they'll do really well, because mostly what we want to kill are ranged units, siege units, and buildings right now. So I'd love to see us go that route. Otherwise, keep pumping out the siege units. I think I need more siege workshops. Oh, I guess I've got a nest of bees just hanging out over here. But yeah, the Trebs are working down all these buildings. Like, look at this. The Holy Roman Empire player is just kind of duking it out with my English ally, but he can't come forward. This keep is just too damaging. And yeah, like, what's going to happen here? He might kill all these English units off, but then what's the move? Come forward? He doesn't have any siege units, so it's not like he can put a stop to any of this. He's the English ally has Springalds, so he can deal with whatever siege comes our way, and look at that. That's one keep down. Meanwhile, over here, I've decided to just send my trebuchets to attack all these production centers. And hopefully we can equip these outposts with some emplacements as well. Back here, finally, closing off this side of the map. We'll take advantage of this stone, and we'll send a monk this way to grab the relic and the sacred site. Nothing quite like some extra gold income. And here's what I'm talking about. Holy Roman Empire player is finally making a move, but All of his melee units are dying under this keep. He's fighting the English, who have all of that attack speed because they're defending a keep. Meanwhile, over here, I'm just throwing away units. I don't really care. I've even got bombards out. These bombards are really going to help us get through these Holy Roman Empire keeps. Knights doing pretty well against these archers and arbaletriers. And we're seeing some mangonel come from my French opponent. But I haven't really been making ranged units. I really only have 3 archery ranges, mostly sticking to spearmen and palace guards to make sure we don't die to some huge French knight attack. I can rely on my English ally to make ranged units. I mean, he's got hand cannoneers, crossbowmen. He's been avoiding longbowmen, which is smart. And bingo, we find a ton of villagers over here on this gold vein. We kill them all, and we'll move on to the next resource spot. That pretty much sealed the deal on this French opponent. It was a pretty good game. I think Muri's attack early on with the French Royal Knights, I mean, it was a nail biter over here when I was trying to get the Barbican of the Sun up, but I can just supervise my barracks and get spearmen out just non-stop. And eventually the French Royal Knights are just going to run out of health. They'll have to retreat eventually. And I think my ally played very greedy and got away with it. I thought he was crazy. I thought he was going to get killed by a fast castle Holy Roman Empire Knights, or the French would send their Royal Knights his way and he wouldn't have anything except a few longbowmen. But he played it really well, identified that he had tons of sheep that he could safely gather under his town center, and he just fast castled with the King's Palace. I think he was in complete control this whole game and was never under any threat. And if those French Royal Knights had just maybe checked out the English base a little more, I think our opponents would have done a lot better. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the game, and I'll catch you for the next one. See you then.